Disarmed and Endangered, the twisted logic of Canadian self-defense. If you want to understand just how upside down our justice system has become, you only need to look at how local politicians and the legal system handle basic public safety. Lately, we've heard a lot of noise out of St. John City Council about a proposed local bylaw to crack down on bear mace. The police department is pointing to a spike in violent youth crime involving the spray, and their solution is to create a mandatory retail registry, forcing law-abiding citizens to hand over photo IDs, phone numbers, and home addresses just to buy a pest control product. The official narrative tells you this is a proactive step to curb street violence. But let's look past the spin and expose the real flaws in that logic. Bear spray is already heavily regulated under federal law, and carrying it with the intent to use it as a weapon against a human is already a serious criminal offense. Do the politicians honestly believe that a criminal or a violent teenager who is perfectly willing to commit armed assault is going to be stopped by a municipal retail registry? Of course not. They will steal it, buy it on the black market, or simply drive to the next town over. So who does a registry actually target? It targets the outdoorsman, the hiker, and most importantly, the vulnerable citizen, the shift worker, the senior, and the woman walking home alone at night who just wants a non-lethal tool for peace of mind. And this highlights the absolute hypocrisy of the Canadian legal system. Mainstream laws tell women they cannot carry pepper spray for self-defense because it is classified as a prohibited weapon. We are told to rely entirely on the police. But when a woman is cornered in a dark parking lot or a deserted street, the police are minutes away when seconds matter. The system creates a twisted double standard, where a citizen is expected to simply become a statistic rather than carry a deterrent. Some people try to adapt by carrying citronella dog spray, relying on legal semantics to protect themselves from prosecution. Others wonder why they can't just brew up a natural mixture of hot chili peppers and water at home. But the law is one step ahead of your survival instincts. If you mix hot peppers in your own kitchen with the intent to defend yourself against a human predator, the state will bypass a simple possession charge and prosecute you as a manufacturer of a prohibited weapon. Think about the sheer absurdity of that. You cannot buy commercial protection, you cannot carry a weaker alternative without legal risk, and you cannot make your own. The government would literally rather see a law-abiding citizen become a defenseless victim than allow them the autonomy to protect their own physical safety. And why is this lack of defense so terrifying? Because while the state is hyper-focused on disarming you, they are failing miserably at keeping violent offenders off the streets. We are living through a catch-and-release justice system, where dangerous, repeat criminals are arrested for violent offenses and released back into our communities on bail, sometimes within hours. The state has completely flipped its priorities. They treat the violent criminal with a revolving door of leniency, while treating a woman carrying a can of pepper spray like a threat to national security. They are offering absolutely zero legal alternatives for personal safety, while letting dangerous offenders run rampant in the streets. When a government fails to protect its citizens from violent crime, and simultaneously criminalizes those citizens' ability to protect themselves, it has broken its foundational contract with the public. We are being told to sit back, be defenseless, and hope for the best in an increasingly unstable environment. We see the double standards, we expose the contradictions, and we refuse to look away. This is the Canadian Citizen's Journal. Stay informed, ask questions, and hold them accountable.